Today is a great day for Abilene and also a great day for the great state of Texas. Let me start out by thanking some of the people who are joining with us here today. First, I want to thank the Great Lakes Cheese Vice President El Qatari, Mayor Williams, the Development Corporation of Abilene Board Chair Jack Rich, and of course, your state senator, Don Buckingham, and your state representative, Stan Lambert. Let me start out by putting this, there you go, you can applaud them. Very good. Let me start out by providing some context about what's going on today. One thing the state of Texas has been both heavily involved in and extremely successful at is economic development. Even this past year, the year of COVID, Texas ranked #1 in the United States for the most economic development projects, winning what's called the Governor's Cup. In fact, every year that I've been governor, Texas is ranked #1 in the United States for economic development. As we go through the process of expanding economic development across the entire state, we look to achieve several goals. One is we look to diversify our economy by trying to bring in a lot of different types of businesses. Second, we want to make sure that we work with communities of all sizes. I'm sure that you all see some of the big cities like Houston and Dallas and Austin get projects. But we also want to make sure that mid-sized cities like Abilene, as well as even smaller communities, are going to benefit from our economic development efforts. And that is exactly what we are announcing today. We're so proud of the way that Abilene leaders work collaboratively with the state to make sure that we are going to succeed in bringing to the state of Texas Great Lakes Cheese Company. So first, I want to say welcome to Great Lake Cheese to the Lone Star State, a place that will fit right in for you and your operations. Second, I want to say how proud we are that they are establishing a new packaging and distribution facility in Abilene, also with a $185 million capital investment and 500 new jobs. This is one of the largest economic development projects in Abilene in decades. We're also proud to note that this was assisted in part by the state of Texas and the Texas Enterprise Fund that ensures that we are able to attract some of the best businesses in America to come to the Lone Star State and to expand here. Great Lakes Cheese is one of the largest packaged cheese suppliers in America. And it's a family-owned business, and they are committed to integrity, innovation, as well as excellence. Before this announcement several weeks ago, I had the opportunity to visit with leaders of Great Lakes Cheese and learn more about their approach to business. And it is exactly the Texas style of doing business. The only thing that I'm maybe most happy about today is at the time that I was visiting with them, I told them that at the time when they come to the state of Texas, that I promised that I would wear a cheese head for the announcement. So today on this Zoom video, we're not doing that, but I told them that I would be there in Abilene for the ribbon cutting. And unfortunately, I will live up to my word. And at the ribbon cutting, I will be wearing a cheese head in recognition of the great cheese product that Great Lakes Cheese is bringing to the state of Texas. We're grateful for the partnership that they're bringing to the state and for the jobs they're bringing to the state. And also, we're grateful for the tremendous work of the economic development leaders at the Development Corporation of Abilene, as well as Mayor Williams. And I always remain thankful for my partners here in the legislature who assist us in ensuring that Texas will be the national leader in economic development. And in that regard, I want to share the stage here in Austin, first with your Senator, Don Buckingham.
Thank you so much, Governor. And hello, Abilene. It's good to see all of you, even if it is just on a flat screen. But we are very excited and welcome the Great Lakes Cheese Company. to Abilene. You know, Abilene is the largest city I represent, Governor.
Really? Good.
And it's just going to be huge for the big country. And it is the perfect example of what an amazing town Abilene is, the leadership you all have. We couldn't have done it without you. I want to thank the governor, the lieutenant governor, and the speaker. This is truly a, you know, grassroots to the tip top effort to bring this company here, and it's going to be huge. So thank you for all of your efforts, Governor.
Thank you, Senator. And now your state representative, Stan Lambert.
Thank you, Governor, and good morning, Abilene, and want to say congratulations, Team Abilene. You've pulled it off. You've done a great job in partnering and coordinating all the effort. My thanks goes out to Misty Mayo, to Jack Rich, the DCOA, Mayor Williams, and all the other city council members who are involved in this process. I also want to welcome the Great Lakes Cheese Company to Abilene. You're going to love being a part of the big country, being a part of the state of Texas. And we're just so thankful that you selected Abilene, Texas to be your location for this manufacturing and production facility. I want to thank Senator Buckingham and Lieutenant Governor Patrick. I want to thank my Speaker of the House, Dave Phelan. But most of all, I want to say thank you to our governor for his leadership, for the vision that he has for Texas. You're coming to a state that welcomes new business. We're business friendly, and we want to make sure that we continue that. And our governor has been the leader in creating that vision and making sure that we continue to make that happen with a low tax structure, low regulatory environment, and many other things that contribute to a welcoming business environment. So, Governor, thank you again for all you've done. We appreciate the effort, and your staff as well.
Thank you, and thank you both. And we're so excited. We would love to hear from the leaders there in Abilene to tell us more about what's going on.
Well, Governor, thank you and Senator Buckingham and Senators Lambert for all that you have done to help bring this home. This is a big day for Abilene, Texas. Is it not? Yeah. It's a big day for Abilene, Texas. Now, this was calling Project Legacy because this is truly a legacy. A number of things are important in our community. At the forefront is a man or a woman having a good paying job. Because when that man or woman has a good paying job, they have dignity. And when they have dignity, their families have dignity. And when families have that dignity, they will interact in ways they could not do so without that dignity. And so this is a project legacy for this community. And we'll say some other things in just a bit. But Misty Mayo, thank you. Thank you for leadership. Board for supporting me. This is a great, great day for Abilene. We have with us Zell Katari, who is a senior member of the GLC leadership team. I want to make way, allow him to have a few remarks, and then we'll come back up in a bit and we'll spike the football.
Your enthusiasm is infectious. When I met you the first time, I told our CEO, Nancy Gzebski, wow, what a personality. I appreciate you, appreciate everything that you've done, and we're excited to be here today. They gave me 1 minute. I figured with the kind of investment we're making here today, I should get 30 more seconds. Texas is home for me. I've lived in Austin, Texas, lived in Dallas, Texas prior to that, and there is no place like Texas. And I am very excited here today to bring one of the best companies in the world, I truly believe it, to the state of Texas. Today is a great day for Great Lakes Cheese, for me personally, and our new home, Abilene. Governor Abbott, thank you for your involvement in facilitating this grant. You have been instrumental in meeting with our CEO and our leadership. We appreciate that very much. Mayor Williams, thank you again for your inspiring commitment to the city. Misty, I can't thank you enough. We can't thank you enough. Your energy, your enthusiasm, and making this possible is amazing. I know you have a great team, and I won't name everybody, but I appreciate them all for what they've done. Thank you, Senator Buckingham. Thank you, Representative Lambert, for what you do for Abilene. Thank you for many others in the state of Texas, in the city of Abilene, for making this deal happen. We can't thank you enough for everything that you've done. We're very also excited and happy for our customers today and our suppliers. We're going to be closer to all of our customers in Texas and the Texas region. That is exciting for us. Abilene and Texas are a great fit for Great Lakes cheese because we share the same values. And that was key for us when we came in. That's where we felt the most. Hard work, honesty, integrity. That's what we stand for. You understood from the get-go our ownership culture. Anybody that joins Great Lakes Cheese into the future instantly becomes an owner of this company, and that is very, very unique. And that was very important to you all, and that's important to us when you clearly understood it. We look forward to being here for generations, and we mean it, and having great impact on the lives of this community. So we appreciate you. Thank you all for coming, and let's get to work. Let's make this thing happen.
Day. The DCOA has a singular mission, and that's to recruit and retain companies for the benefit of this great community. We're about economic development, and that's where we want to stay focused. On behalf of the DCOA board and the whole DCOA team, we want to thank the City Council for their vote of confidence in approving a $33 million incentive package. Wow, that's big. Even for me. I would like to personally thank Ms. DiMaio and her team, and the teams at the City of Abilene, the Abilene Industrial Foundation, the Chamber of Commerce, and so many others that have helped make this community what it is, a center for economic growth and prosperity. Together, we're working to create the Abilene of the future, a prosperous one. To put these numbers in perspective, for every dollar that's invested by us, Abilene will see $12 in direct sales and capital expenditures invested back into the company, into the community by GLC. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. The overall economic impact, both direct and indirect, is $1.3 billion over the next 10 years. And think beyond that. This is a huge win for the state of Texas, and it would not have been possible without the support of Governor Greg Abbott, Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick, Speaker of the House Dave Phelan, U.S. Senator Ted Cruz, Senator Don Buckingham, and my good friend Stan Lambert. We thank you for your commitment to this project and the work you do on behalf of our great city and state. And now, may I be the first, at least from the DCA, to officially welcome the Great Lake Cheese Company to Abilene, Texas, your new home.
I have an opportunity for some questions, but very remiss if we didn't talk about just the story that this represents. And to help me tell that story, I'm going to invite Tinker BRIDWELL, H.C. Zachary, as well as former mayor, Norm Archibald. He is no former mayor. This is a $185 million CapEx investment in this community. If you look at the previous 3 agreements in totality, they're less than this agreement. We have the prisons at $56 million. We have Zotec at around $55 million, the previous 2 largest investments. This is truly a significant opportunity. Abilene, as I said earlier, was the very first municipality to have a development corporation. That hard work began in 1989. And if you just indulge me just a bit, I want to take a little share some remarks, as well as H.C. Zachary. And
former Mayor Norm Archibald to say some things, because it's important we know and realize exactly the significance of this opportunity to give this community. Dr. BRIDWELL.
Mayor of the Key City, I want to thank you first of all for letting me go before Norm Archibald. I have a dinner date tonight. Esteemed council persons, DCOA board, Misty, congratulations, you all have done a remarkable job. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Tucker BRIDWELL, a past president of the DCOA board for about 6 years back in the mid to late 90s. So basically, I'm a has-been. My family moved here to Abilene in 1955 when I was 3. I grew up here, moved back here 45 years ago. During the 70s and 80s, several family businesses that were part of the backbone of this economy sold out or were acquired. Think about Super Duper, GCR Firestone Stores, Goose Packing, Farrington Brothers, and many, many more. So, in 1989, when the state of Texas enacted the 4A sales tax option for economic development, the Abilene City Council wisely became the first Texas city to pass it, and the DCOA was born. The early DCOA wins included both of the prisons, Tiger Boats, Eagle Aviation Services, Fair Foods, Abilene Foods, Blue Cross Blue Shield, Rentec, and many, many more. Today, these DCOA-assisted companies represent and make up the backbone of our local economy. Tens of thousands of jobs have been created in the 30-plus year history of the DCOA. Throw in capital expenditures, property taxes, and the economic impact is into the hundreds of billions, if not hundreds of millions, if not low billions. Billions and millions confuse me. There are several elements to economic development. First, it's very competitive. It requires an investment. It's somewhat risky. Occasionally you drill dry holes. I've sure had my share of those. Fourth, it requires negotiation skills and persistence. Misty is long on both of those. But it can be very rewarding. And to that end, Project Legacy illustrates all of those elements. So I want to congratulate our entire Develop Abilene team, starting with the DCOA, the Chamber, the AIF, certainly the City Council for a job very well done. It's not easy, but you deserve a sincere thank you from citizens of our city of Abilene. Thank you for keeping Abilene moving forward.
Mr. H.C. Zachary, followed by, again, former Mayor Norm Archibald.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I share Tucker's sentiments on the order and sequence here for this. I won't re-salute everyone that Tucker has mentioned, but they all deserve that salute. I would like to individually comment on Misty Mayo because few of us really can appreciate the blood, sweat, and tears that goes into a deal like this, and she had certainly her share of all those, I'm sure, as this came through. Back to the very early years of DCOA, and we won't have a history lesson on that. I will tell you it was a fairly frightening experience because we didn't have a pattern to go by with all that. And anyway, it worked out well, but I do want to say, just make one point. One of the major things that we were all striving for was to have some kind of entity that could collect enough funds, enough resources that we could compete for big projects like this. Abilene did not have that at that time, And this is a very, very significant thing that puts us into the ball game with big players, with big employee groups that we can attract, and with big compensation that we can provide to those men and women and families of that. The DCOA allows us to accumulate those resources. That's a great asset for a city the size of Abilene. Thank you all.
About 510 jobs, $60,000 for each job on the average. Zip code 79603, Northwest Abilene, neighborhood I grew up in, has a median income of $18,000 a year. These jobs are for Abilenians. These jobs will allow more of our families to have that dignity. Ladies and gentlemen, this is indeed a big day for Abilene, Texas. I'm Archibald.
Well, here we are, walking proud, talking loud, and drawing a crowd. How's that? No one's asked me to speak for about 3 years, so I'm loaded. I am loaded, Tucker. I'm off today, but I wasn't going to miss this. But this is a big day for us. It's about jobs. It's about drawing people's attention that Abilene is a great place to do business. And I would say to you that when you get to know Abilene like we all know Abilene, you're going to love it like we love it. And but this is great. This is what the DCOA has been doing, and this just happens to be a big, big day. And the fact that y'all took off from what you were doing to be down here says this is big for us. And so the best is yet to come, and I'm excited for our city. This does not surprise me, and it doesn't surprise you. But we want the rest of the world to wake up and say, we need to do business in Abilene, Texas. So thank you, Mayor, for letting me speak.
We are going to take some questions. I want my council to stand and be recognized along with our city manager. There is a commitment to the volunteerism from this council, dedicated to do our part to contribute, make our contribution to this community. And our city manager, who is the best we've ever had. Thank you for all that you have done. And to the DCA board, these are successful businessmen and women who give their time and their treasure, their energy on this community. Thank you. Why don't you stand? Let me recognize our DCA board. And L, on behalf of this community, thank you for your investment in this community. I'm going to invite Misty Mayo to join me to take some questions. And I want to just communicate again just about the fortunate, the benefit that we have for having Misty Mayo lead this effort. She is truly one of the best professionals in the state, so you'll know. The Texas Economic Development Council's recognition for outstanding administration leadership was awarded to our DCOA under her leadership. That's a round of applause right there, folks. In addition, we also received the Warren Community's Economic Development Award because of the good work. And that's because of you and your staff. And so I know there may be questions. You're very equipped with the questions than I. And so, let you have any remarks you want to say, and also any questions the media may have or you may have about this grand day in Abilene, Texas.
Mayor, thank you. Council members, thank you. City Manager, Robert Hanna and Doug Peters at the Chamber are my partners in this venture.
Okay, as you saw there, a lot of excitement with this huge announcement and win for Abilene. To quickly recap what we just heard, Great Lakes Cheese Corporation coming to Abilene, Texas. It's one of the largest packaging and distributing companies in the world. And as we mentioned, this would be the largest project recruited by the city of Abilene and its community partners in the last 30 years. 510 jobs coming and being created with this new company, and an average salary of $60,000. So Misty Mayo and her team at the DCOA working extremely hard to recruit the company to Abilene. It'll be positioned at the corner of Highway 36 and FM 18. A 280,000 square foot facility will be built that will be making a $1.3 billion economic impact on Abilene over the next 10 years. Mayor Williams even saying this company will be bringing some good paying jobs and dignity to families. And when they have dignity, they interact in ways unimaginable. Even the governor congratulating the key city on this win. And of course, it's a win for the state of Texas. Promising to be wearing a cheese head at the ribbon cutting ceremony. Now, we don't know when that will happen, but we'll keep you updated. We're continuing to follow these developments and the impact that this will have on Abilene. So for the latest in-depth coverage, you can go to our website, bigcountryhomepage.com. And of course, we'll have more details at noon, 4, 5, 6, and 10 tonight. Thank you for trusting KTAB News.